Harry, Audrey, and Russ. This is My 9 News.
The day after the miracle on the Hudson.
And we're following the river, and he said, brace for impact.
Survivors counting their blessings.
Because I'm alive.
Well, that's it.
The pilot praised for nerves of steel. Now, America's hero.
It was just incredible. He's got to be a hero.
What we saw was a remarkable landing.
Tonight, the investigation kicks off with 2 key questions. Where are the engines? And what will the black boxes reveal? It's a day later and it still leaves you shaking your head. A plane goes down in the Hudson and everyone survives. Good evening, everyone. Brenda's off tonight. Right now, that US Airways plane is tethered to the seawall in Battery Park. It is a key piece of evidence in the investigation into not only what went wrong, but also what went so right that all on board or alive today. Giovanna Derpick is following the investigation. She's in Battery Park right now. Giovanna, what's the latest?
Good evening, Harry. Well, yesterday we were in sheer awe of what happened here on the Hudson River. Well, today we're in the beginning stages of the investigative part to determine exactly what happened. A plane wing juts out over the Hudson River. It's the lingering image of US Air Flight 1549 that gawkers wanted to capture, like Eric Holthouse, who also happens to be a pilot by hobby.
I thought it was just an inspiring story.
The inspiring story is also an investigator's dream. One of the things, as I said earlier today, that we want to do is really not only just celebrate what worked here, but also learn what worked. So today, NTSB investigators work to rig the plane in such a way so it can hopefully be lifted out of the water tomorrow. But critical elements are missing: the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorders, which the NTSB believes are intact in the tail end of the plane. In this case, we know where they are. We just can't get to them because of the problems of the water, the current, and the temperatures, and the limited dive time we have. As the sun set over the miracle on the Hudson, plane debris was on its way for inspection. Lifesavers and what appeared to be inflated seat cushions were gathered. Sonar work had also been going on underwater to find other missing pieces. Both engines are no longer attached to the plane. But then there's the human element to the story of survival. Investigators spent the afternoon talking to the cabin crew and also interviewed some air traffic controllers. 8 passengers taken to Jersey City Medical Center and 3 passengers taken to Meadowlands Hospital have all been released. The chief medical officer for both hospitals says they were ready.
We practice with disaster drill several times a year, so we're familiar with this type of a tragedy that can occur.
The plane wing gives just a small clue to the big story, a story investigators are working to uncover and that Holthouse is anxious to record and remember.
I'm going to send them to my family. My family always wonders what I'm doing in New York. They live in the Midwest, so something exciting is going on.
With a happy ending.
With a happy ending, yeah.
And investigators are really interested in finding those missing engines because they could contain physical evidence. And then DNA testing can be conducted to determine what kinds of birds hit the plane, if indeed that was the case. By the way, the pilot will be interviewed tomorrow by the investigators. Back to you, Harry.
All right, Giovanna, thank you. Now we want to show